Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am going to show you how to build your very own voice calling app from scratch using an awesome tool called ZEGOCLOUD. ZEGOCLOUD makes it super easy to integrate real-time communication features like voice calls into your app with minimal effort, thanks to their UIKits and SDKs. If you are a developer or just curious how voice calling works behind the scenes, stick around. We'll go step by step through the entire process. Let's start by exploring what ZEGOCLOUD offers. In particular, their voice call UI kits help you skip the complex UI and audio logic. Now let me show you how to get started. Head over to the sign up button. You can sign up with Google or manually enter your first name, last name, country, and work email. Then click Get Code to receive a 6-digit verification code on your email. Paste that here. After that, set your password and check the terms and conditions. However, we are going to sign up using Google. Once you're signed up, you'll get access to the dashboard, where you can manage your projects and get your 10,000 free minutes. From here, click on the Create Project button. It should be right at the top right corner of the page. Here, select Voice and Video Call from the available product options. This product gives you everything you need to create one-on-one and group voice calls, as well as video calls if you want to extend later. Alright, before we set anything up in ZEGOCLOUD further, let's go ahead and create our Android project where we'll build the actual voice calling app. Then we will come back here. Open Android Studio, click on New Project, and choose No Activity. And click Next. Let's name the project Voice Calling App. Feel free to match this name with your final app branding. For the build system, make sure to select Groovy DSL instead of Kotlin DSL. Before proceeding, let's adjust the file structure. Inside the Java directory, right-click on your app package name, then go to New Activity, Empty Activity. Let's name this activity Main Activity. It'll be the main entry point for our voice calling screen. Click Finish, and Android Studio will generate the main activity Java file along with a corresponding layout file named activity_main.xml. Now that we've created our Android app and added a new activity, let's head back to ZEGOCLOUD to finish setting up our cloud project. Now, give your project a name. I like to keep things consistent, so I'll use the same name as our Android app, which is Voice Call App. ZEGOCLOUD gives you two powerful ways to integrate voice and video features. With UIKits, you get a pre-built, ready-to-use interface that can be added in under 10 lines of code. Or, if you need full control, you can go with the custom SDK. It offers lower-level API, so you can build everything from scratch, custom UI, advanced logic, and complex workflows. Both options work across multiple platforms, including Android, iOS, web, React Native, and Flutter, etc. For this video, we'll continue with UIKits to keep things simple and quick. Let's click on Start with UIKits and move forward. Then click on Start Building Your App button. After that, select For Android. After selecting UIKits, ZEGOCLOUD lets you configure the look and feel of your calling experience, and choose whether you want one-on-one calls or group calls. You can also enable or disable a set of add-on features like Call Invitation, to allow users to invite others into a call, Standard Face Beautification, Basic Beauty Filters enabled by default, Premium Beautification, Screen Sharing, and Virtual Avatar, available, but are off by default. Then click on Save and start to integrate. Great! We now have our app ID and app sign. These are required to connect your app with ZEGOCLOUD. Keep them safe and don't share them publicly. Next, click on Quick Start to open the official docs. From the Quick Start guide, copy the Maven URLs and paste them inside your settings.gradle file, which is at the project level. This lets Gradle fetch the ZEGOCLOUD libraries when we build the project. After pasting the Maven URLs, you'll see a Sync Now option appear at the top. Click on Sync Now to let Gradle fetch the required dependencies from ZEGOCLOUD. Once the sync is complete, we're ready to add the call kit dependency to build.gradle file. Copy the call kit SDK dependency. Next, open your app level build.gradle file that's inside the app folder of your project. Inside the dependencies block, paste the line you just copied. Once pasted, click Sync Now at the top. That's it, the ZEGOCLOUD Call Kit SDK is now added to your project. In the next step, we'll set it up in main activity and build the voice call screen. Let's start by building the main screen UI in activity_main.xml. We're using a constraint layout with a text view, edit text, and a material button. At the top, we've added a text view with the text, voice call app. This serves as the screen title and gives the user context. We've styled it with bold text, uppercase formatting, padding, and aligned it to the top of the screen using constraints. I've added all the source code and important links right in the description below. Feel free to use it as a reference or base your own app on it. Below that, we have an edit text field with the hint, enter username. This is where the user will type their unique name or ID, which we'll use to identify them in the ZEGOCLOUD system. It has padding and full width so the user experience is comfortable. This value will be passed into the backend when initializing ZEGOCLOUD. And finally, we have a material button labeled Submit. When clicked, this will trigger the logic inside main activity that initializes the ZEGOCLOUD Call Kit and navigates to the calling screen. The button is styled with a black background for contrast and placed just below the input field. This layout is simple but powerful. The user enters their username, taps Submit, and we handle everything else from the backend. Now that we've handled the username input and submit button in main activity, it's time to move forward. We're going to create a new screen called Calling Activity, where the voice calling UI will be loaded using ZEGOCLOUD's UIKit. Name it Calling Activity and click Finish. Now let's design the layout for our calling activity, where the actual call will be triggered. This screen is simple and functional. We're using a constraint layout again as the root layout for flexibility. At the top, there's a text view with the same app name, Voice Call App, just like on the main screen. It keeps the UI consistent across both activities. Below that, we've added a horizontal linear layout that contains an edit text where the user enters the recipient's username and a special ZEGOCLOUD call button. Here, the user types in the username of the person they want to call. Once tapped, it automatically triggers the voice call interface using ZEGOCLOUD's backend and handles everything from ringing to answering. This UI is extremely lightweight, but thanks to UIKit, it's powerful enough to launch a full voice calling session. Now let's dive into the logic behind main activity, Java, where everything begins. First, we declare two views, an edit text to get the username, and a button to trigger the action. These are linked to the views we created in the layout. Inside the onCreate method, we use edge-to-edge.enable and apply insets to make the UI modern and full screen. Then we bind our views using findViewById. Then let's add a onClick listener on the button. When the user clicks the submit button, we capture the entered username. If it's not empty, we call a function named proceedService to initialize ZEGOCLOUD. The proceed service method is where we configure the ZEGOCLOUD Call Kit. First, we grab the app wide context using get application, which is required by the call kit to properly initialize and manage lifecycle events. Next, we define our ZEGOCLOUD credentials, the app ID and app sign, which uniquely identify and authenticate our project. Here we just assign the user ID as the username. This keeps it simple. In a real-world app, you might allow the user to input both separately. Then we set up a ZEGO notification config to customize the notification behavior. This lets your app show call invites with a ringtone and proper notification channel, useful for incoming call alerts even when the app is minimized. Here we create a basic configuration object for the call invitation system. You can customize this later with timeout settings, ringtone control, etc. Finally, we initialize the ZEGOCLOUD Call Kit by passing everything we just prepared: the application context, your app credentials, the user info, and the invitation config. This registers the user with ZEGOCLOUD and sets up the app to handle outgoing and incoming voice calls. And don't forget, in on destroy, we call ZEGO UIKit pre-built call service.init to properly clean up when this activity is destroyed. Before moving forward, let's quickly copy-paste the app ID and app sign in the variables. Now let's see how we move from main activity to calling activity, and also pass the username along. First, we create a new intent. This tells Android, hey, we want to navigate from main activity to calling activity. Next, we attach some data to this intent, specifically the username that the user entered. This way, calling activity knows who is making the call. This key value pair can be accessed later in the new activity. Finally, we start the activity and launch the new screen. Now the user is taken to calling activity, and the app knows exactly who they are, which is essential for initializing the ZEGOCLOUD call. Now let's jump into calling activity, Java, where we actually send a voice call invitation using ZEGOCLOUD's UIKit. At the top of our calling activity, we declare two views that we'll use in our layout. We then initialize the two views, the edit text where the user enters the recipient's username, and the ZEGO send call invitation button which will trigger the voice call. Create a method called voice call and pass in the username they just entered. Inside this method, we configure the actual call invitation. Set is video call, false, means this is a voice-only call. Set resource ID links this button to the ZEGOCLOUD setup we initialized earlier. Set invitees, we specify who to call by creating a list with the entered username. Now, the moment a valid username is entered, the button becomes ready to trigger a voice call using ZEGOCLOUD's pre-built UI, no extra code needed. Next we attach a text watcher to the input field so that every time the user types or edits the username, we instantly update the call configuration. When the user types a name, we call a method called voice call and pass in the username they just entered. Last but not the least, open Android manifest file and give internet permission. And that's it, our voice calling app is fully functional using just a few lines of logic and the power of ZEGOCLOUD UIKit. Now let's demonstrate it. I have already connected to physical devices. Let's run them one by one. As you just saw, the voice calling feature works smoothly, all handled by ZEGOCLOUD UIKit with just a few lines of code. It manages everything, from the call invitation, UI, to the actual connection, making your job as a developer so much easier. And don't forget, ZEGOCLOUD offers 10,000 free minutes to help you get started. You'll find all the useful links right below this video. Hit like if this helped, subscribe for more dev content, and I'll see you in the next one.